Mrs. Robertson. Today we are going to be looking at managing files and folders in your Google Drive. As you know, Google Drive is a place for you to be able to store files and folders, and you're probably getting a lot of files in your Google Drive right now. So as you get more files, it's really important that you know how to keep them organized so that you can learn how to use your Google Drive efficiently. So stay with me as we learn more about Google Drive. Let's talk about how you can take your files that you've created in your Drive and organize them into folders. So you can see in my Drive here, I have a few folders set up, and I want to show you how to create those. When you create your files, you go up to the new and you select whatever file you would like to create. You can do the same thing to create a folder. And the first thing it's going to do is ask you to rename it. So I'm going to name this one Reading. You can see the reading folder shows up in the list of these other folders, and it showed up kind of in the middle. That's because these are organized in alphabetical order, and you can reverse the order, or you could change it to organize them by last modified or by last opened. I like mine alphabetically, so I'm going to leave it just like that. Once you have folders created for your classes or for whatever purpose you would like them for, you can then start sorting your files into these folders. So if the Sphero picture belongs in Tech Lessons, we can click and drag it there. Maybe the book review belongs in Reading, so we're going to drag it inside of there. I'm going to go ahead and open this Reading folder so that you can see that book review is inside of the reading folder. Up here at the top, you can see these are breadcrumbs. And this is the reading folder. We have book review inside of it, and the reading folder is inside of the sample folder. I created the sample folder for the purpose of this video. That's inside of my Drive. But if I went to my Drive, you'd see all my personal files, so we don't need to go there. But if we go back to the sample folder, you can see all of the things that are back out here in my Drive. Besides just taking your files and sorting them, you can also drag folders inside a folder. So if poetry is part of your reading class, you could drag that inside of there. Now you don't see poetry out here anymore. Instead, you're going to find it inside reading. So there's your poetry folder, and you can see that any files that were inside that poetry folder came with it. So now poetry is inside of reading, reading is inside of sample. I'm going to go on back out to the sample folder here. So that's how you can organize your files into folders. You can also, if you come across files that are unimportant that you don't need anymore, you can delete them by right-clicking and saying remove. You could also drag them over to the trash, or you can select them and click on the trash right up here to remove a file. Two ways I like to keep my Drive organized is by using the starred option. If you star an item, things that you use frequently will show up inside of starred. So poetry is something that I like to write, and so I want to star my poetry folder. So I can right click on my poetry folder, and I can go to add to starred. So my poetry folder is going to stay inside my reading folder, but it's also going to now show up in starred. You can see I've also starred that Sphero picture too. So anything I star will show up here. So things that you use every day, you might want to add a star to make them quicker to find, quicker and easier to find. I like to put the things that I use every single day, I like to put a star on them. Another way to make things easy to find is to color code your folders. So you can right click, that right click option has a lot of options there, and you can go to change color, and I'm going to change my art to blue. So now you can see that the art pops out, stands out a little bit more, makes that folder easier to find. When you get a whole bunch of folders in here, the color coding helps you find things just a little bit easier. So these are some ways that you can organize your Drive to make it work more effective and more efficiently for you. So you can go now and work on trying to get your Drive more organized. Thanks for watching.